Are you ready to make 2021 the best sales year ever? Welcome to the 2021 Authentic Selling Challenge, brought to you by BombBomb and the Selling from the Heart Insiders Group. Each day, you will be inspired, equipped, and challenged to take action to unlock higher levels of success and fulfillment in your sales career. You're about to be coached by some of the sales world's foremost thought leaders and influencers. This is going to be practical and fun, so grab a pen and a notepad and get ready to take action as we join our challenge hosts, Larry Levine and Daryl Amy.
Hello and happy Monday, everybody.
We're back again.
Going on, Larry.
Oh, I kind of like this Monday morning, 9 o'clock, 12 Eastern. It's kind of a cool hangout, Daryl.
It's a pretty good way to start the week. And hey, everybody, welcome back to the 2021 Authentic Selling Challenge. Jackie, it's great to see you. Bill's here from New York. All our friends are here. This is so much fun. And we've got some new folks joining us today. Welcome. You have joined the bonus session of the 2021 Authentic Selling Challenge. We are going to have a blast today. This is going to be so exciting. Not only are we going to have fun, I know what's on deck. I've seen it, and it is super practical. And just get ready to learn a lot of ideas that you can put to work right away to grow your business. So exciting, Larry. And what a great time we've had. Steph, hey, it's great to see you this morning. Even Serwinski's here today, all the way from the West Coast. What's going on?
And Keith, did you figure out, you must have figured out how technology works. So we're glad you're here.
That's good. Hey, and they're working late in London, and this is so much fun. Rachel, we're glad you're here live as well.
Yay,
and,
Rachel.
This is good. Limmer, everyone's here today. We're going to have a great time today. And I just want to say, Larry, over this past weekend, I was reflecting on all of the different things we learned, the people we met over the last 10 days of the challenge. It was incredible. It really was rich. And I think it was so rich primarily because of not just the people we brought to the table as coaches and presenters, but like the richness of the community that's forming here is really, really special.
It sure is. And it just, it goes back to last year and the vision we had and how we're building this community. And I think it was the right time. It was the right message so early on in the year that this was so cool. After the Saturday's event, I had to stop for a couple hours just to catch my breath.
Yeah, it really was cool. And so we're excited today, though. When we put the event together, we were hanging out with Steve and hanging out with our friends at BombBomb. And Steve started talking about the training that he's put together on the psychology of selling through video. And I started looking at it and we said, we've got to work this in. So, because it's that good and you're going to get a lot out of it. So we have a total, it's a privilege here to have Steve Pacinelli, co-author of Rehumanize Your Business, here today. And by the way, speaking of Rehumanize Your Business, we kind of threw that last challenge out there to say, hey, put a video out this past weekend on what you got out of the challenge over the last 10 days. Many of you stepped up to that, and we took 5. And guess what? You win. You're going to get a copy of Rehumanize Your Business. So this is great. We're big fans of this book, and I think it's going to be a good follow-on to what you learned today. For everyone in the channel, by the way, congratulations to Angela, Gina, Jacob, Brian, and Keith. You've got a copy of Rehumanize Your Business will be coming your way. And Larry, it's been good. And by the way, we're working behind the scenes to get all of the prizes in for the last 20 days and then get them shipped out. So thanks for your patience on that. We'll be reaching out if we need some address information and all of that. But this is an exciting time right now, Larry. And one of the things when we put this together, we knew that 2021 was going to be a year where we couldn't just do what we'd been always been doing, that we needed to up our game and really maybe a better way to say that is we needed to deepen our game as we headed into this year that's a make or break year for so many people. And it's this thought of, hey, private transformation has to come before and has to be combined with public success. We got to work on the inside if we're going to see results on the outside. And I think we're discovering when we do both, not only do we see more success in terms of results in sales, we actually find more fulfillment.
And the first word that comes to mind is peace. But then I think what starts to happen is you build up confidence. And I want to take everyone back to, I just love Meredith's message last week when she spoke about how to thrive in uncertainty. You speak about, we must do things differently now. I think the status quo to me is unacceptable. Moving forward is we have to be willing to do things differently. We have to really push ourselves way past the comfort zone. We have to push and push and push for one simple reason. Our clients and buyers are changing, and we have to adapt with that change. And I love Steve's message because it's going to push some people out of their comfort zone, but great things happen outside that comfort zone.
Yeah, and this is the model, the framework we've been using over the last 10 days to really be able to think about what does it take to thrive in the marketplace, in this uncertain marketplace where clients are, low trust. There's a low level of trust. There's a high level of significance in terms of decisions that they make. And we've said, look, we need to focus on personal growth and transformation, bringing our heart to the table, building heart capacity, making sure that we've got the ideas to bring to the table that are going to actually turn into value for our clients, and even down to the point of energy. And if you didn't get a chance to watch our friend Joe Jacoby, Olympic gold medalist, from earlier on in the session, he actually spent an hour coaching us on how to manage energy and our mindset inside all of that. But it's that personal growth that then leads to the relationships, the authentic relationships, the authentic value, and the authentic action. And this is what we've been aiming towards now here over the last 10 days. And we're here at this bonus session today to say, hey, let's tie that all together. Because if you think about, first of all, the communication side, video is perfect because it engages our hearts. We show up and we have to think. It engages our body, and it's like this way to communicate and build relationship and communicate value that kind of brings all of this together. And it's really a beautiful thing when you think about it.
Yeah. And I think especially the excitement part of this, it's so hard to exude excitement in a text-based message or an email, right? You can use emojis and exclamation points and so forth, but nothing better than the power of video where you can actually lean in and invite people into a conversation and get excited as I hit my microphone, right?
That's right. Hey, this is exactly right. And in pulling all of this together is what we're aiming towards, is to say, what does an authentic sales professional look like that is saying, I'm gonna get serious about my private transformation. I'm going to commit to develop authentic relationships, to learn what I need to do to communicate authentic value and to take action. And so I'm so excited. We rolled this out on Saturday morning. We had a Q&A. It's recorded. I'll share the link in case you didn't get to come to the event on Saturday morning. But we are so excited that out of this conversation we've been having over the last 10 days, many of you have stepped up and said, I want to take the next step. I want to go deeper in this. I want to turn these ideas into action. And so we are launching the 90-day Authentic Selling Intensive. It's going to be a journey we're going to go on together, and we are going to develop heart capacity. We're going to grow our minds. We're going to develop our energy and our ability to reset and recalibrate. And then we're really going to take that and go, what do we need to do to develop authentic relationships inside and outside our client base? And also the value side, to be able to communicate value, to hold our margins and overcome the biggest competitor we face, which is the status quo. all of this is a journey we'll be taking over 12 weeks, starting the first week in February. We'd love for you to join us. I'll put the link in the chat. Actually, I'll just see if we can scroll it right across the bottom here. It's intensive.2021authenticselling.com if you want to learn more. And we'd love for you to join us and the folks that are already in on this for this journey and to make an investment in authenticity. Larry, I can't wait. This is going to be so much fun.
I would say it's the minor investment for major returns on your personal investment.
Yep. So it's going to be good. Check that out. And we'd love for you to join us along that journey. Today, we've got a friend that many of you met because he popped in a cameo appearance during one of the sessions. We've got none other than this is the person you came today to see. This is who you came to learn from.
I thought they came to see us, Daryl.
Well, Larry, come on, man. Of course. But seriously, Steve is a true gentleman. He is an expert in the concept of how we rehumanize business, put a face on faceless communications. So join me in giving a warm, authentic selling challenge. Welcome to our friend, Steve Pacinelli. What's going on, Steve?
Hey, what's happening?
Hey guys, excited to be here again. Thanks for not kicking me off after the first time.
Steve, this is kind of cool because it's always been Ethan. It's great to see Steve because every time the camera comes on with Bomb Bomb, I'm used to seeing Ethan. So right on, Steve.
Well, hopefully I can live up to Ethan. He's his big shoes to follow.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, this is going to be really good. And I know that, first of all, we've said this numerous times, but just a huge thank you to the friends at Bomb Bomb for making this possible. I mean, over 850 salespeople got to participate in this over the last 10 days because of your generosity in helping underwrite this event. So thank you for that. But I think the other thing that we've realized, and also I know you're going to talk about the 14-day Bomb Bomb challenge that you've graciously offered for all of us to try out what we're going to learn today for 14 days. And I put that link scrolling below. But I think what we've really realized here is this is more than a sponsorship. This is even more than a friendship. There's such deep alignment here in terms of the vision of Bomb Bomb, the vision behind Rehumanize Your Business, and the technology, the possibilities right now that, this is more than just some slick little app that lets you send a video. And that's where I am so excited today for you to take us to school on the psychology of selling through video. And so I say, let's go for it. And everyone in chat, let's give a warm welcome as we invite our good friend, Steve Pacinelli, to the stage. Steve?
All right. Well, thank you. Yeah, I'm excited to be sharing this information. And as I mentioned in one of the posts prior, you actually don't even need to have Bomb Bomb to do the things that I'm going to show you how you should be doing it today, through video, because a lot of the platforms will have some way of for you to drop a video on there. It might take a little longer. The process might be a little bit different. But yeah, pretty much everything you learned today, you're going to be able to use right off the bat. Do we make it easier and better? Sure. But don't worry about not having the system. You're going to learn something. So welcome to human-centered selling. The psychology of selling through video is through human-centered selling. And I want you to ponder something right off the bat here. Every email that you send someone trains someone on whether or not they should open the next email. Every Facebook message or LinkedIn message that you send someone trains someone to read or ignore your next message. And the same applies to video. Every video that you send, every video that you create trains someone to play or delete your very next video. So we need to stop treating these moments that happen before the relationship is made as moments that don't matter. And if you think about it, that's what most people do these days. That's what most large companies do. They drop in a big list of potential contacts into a system, and the system starts blasting out emails or messages or bot messages that simply try to identify the people that are willing to talk to someone. And for so long, we've just increased the number on the top end. We just need to put more people on that top end, and more people will come out of the bottom end without regard to how much hurt they are doing to that group, to their target audience, to the people that don't want those messages. And so we've been pitching way too long without thinking about how the other person, the recipient, the companies are going to react to our messaging. And through all the digital pollution that you guys have in your inbox, whether it be your LinkedIn inbox or your email inbox, we really messed this up over the past 10 to 20 years with all the automation systems, because you are being ignored as the sender, mistrusted, and misunderstood. Because as the recipient of all of these messages, 98% of the messages that reach your inbox are spam. And now when you open up your LinkedIn inbox, a lot of those messages are spam as well. Not quite as bad as email, of course, but we've been forced as consumers to wade through all of this digital pollution that's polluting our messages and making it hard for us to find the real messages within the digital platforms that we use the most. So we need to figure out a way to break through the noise, be more interesting. We need to speak the language of the person that we're trying to send messages to. And I'm going to go over a specific strategy today called Be Specific. Be specific. Be specific with them, with their language, with their words. Show them that you see, you hear them, you understand them, etc. So here's the agenda for the next half hour or so, broken up into 3 main sections. So we're going to talk about the first part, the who, what, where, when, why, even the how a bit of video. And I encourage you to create notes. You can take notes or you can create notes. I don't have the first section built out where this is the who and this is the why exactly. I want you guys to really be thinking about the presentation. Jot that down. Jot down who, why, when on the piece of paper in front of you or on your iPad in front of you, and look and use your brain and look for the answers to those questions. Because when you do it that way, you're going to remember more when you're forced to actually work during the presentation a bit more rather than just taking notes. When you create notes and you're active and you're participating, you'll remember it more, and it will go to a deeper level of your subconscious too. And so jot down each word and try to find the answers to the who, what, why, where, when, and how as we go throughout. The second section of the class here is going to be 3 examples. There's a lot of different ways that you can use video. There's a lot of psychological elements that fuel these ways of using video. I'm going to go over 3 specific examples so you can see how these people made the decisions or why they made the decisions that they made. And hopefully these 3 examples will be 3 examples that will benefit almost everyone on the call. If not, if I failed in that endeavor, that's why we have section 3 here. You'll see in yellow the framework and the structure, because I'll give you the framework and the structure that you can use to craft your own messages, even if I didn't hit the nail on the head with the 3 examples that we're going over. So that's the agenda here for today. Again, my name is Steve. I'm from BombBomb. I wanted to put up a quick slide here on why you might want to listen to me about video communication. I don't know a lot, but one thing I can say I know fairly confidently, it doesn't even sound very confident. I am confident that I do know video communication, one-to-one video communication. I've been using video as a means for not marketing, but as a communication means, one-to-one videos since 2011. I had a sales team, a traveling sales team. We would travel the country, and I had a 48-city speaking tour. And I started using video when I was trying to figure out how in the heck I was going to go from $7.5 million of new sales for the year to $8 million of new sales for the year in the same amount of cities. And that's when I stumbled upon video, because I needed a better way to follow up with those people. I could sell them in a 4-hour seminar when I'm face to face, but it was really hard to sell them if we didn't get them that day. And I made all the mistakes in video. I was sending out video marketing messages, which is a mistake for the most part. We'll get into that. And I wasn't getting the responses that I wanted. And I made a couple quick changes, which I think you guys can be able to make, or you guys will be able to make easily. And that's when I really started taking off with video in 2012, 2013. I sent over 5,000 personal videos myself, and the teams, not the whole company, but the direct teams that worked with me. We've sent out over 75,000 one-to-one videos, 75,000. And so I know it works by now. I think, I'm going to keep saying this. I don't know if it's 100% true, but I think that my teams have sent out more videos than anyone else on the planet from 2011 on. I'm going to keep saying it until someone proves me wrong. So I'm going to teach you all the things that we learn. So let's kick this off here. I want to talk about 3 things that are preventing you from selling: hyper competition, product parity, and customer control. All of these things are looming obstacles getting in the way. There's more competition than ever. You have more people selling a similar product. If you're selling a product or a service, if you're selling a service, you 100% have more people selling a service, because it's easier to start a business today than it has ever been before. It takes less capital, it takes less time to start. So you have all this competition. You have product parity. If you have a feature today, chances are in 6 months, that feature isn't going to be unique to you anymore. So you need to figure out a different way to stand out. And the customer's in control of communication these days too. They're in control of receiving your messages. There's a lot of tools out there that help them filter through all that digital pollution and the noise that's out there. And so people are continuously looking for ways to stand out. And a lot of times they're looking for that silver bullet, right? That one product that they can buy, or that one tool that they can buy, where the bot comes in and automates their process and just feeds them fresh, hot leads. And like, wouldn't that be amazing? But if you're looking for solutions that are so easy that a robot could do, then they don't need you anymore. If you're a salesperson and you're regulating yourself to a robot's job, then you're going to get replaced. Because if a robot can easily do those things and generate all these leads and prospect and do all of this for you, then they don't need you anymore. But they do need you. They need you more than ever these days, because video works because a robot can't do it right now. Personal videos work because a robot cannot do that for you right now. And so the customer experience that you are providing your future customers, your potential customers, your current customers, is your last and your best differentiator. Humanizing your brand experience is what will set you apart, and that is never, ever, ever going to go away. And the way that you humanize that brand experience is to inject the humanity, inject the human back into that sales experience. I'm not anti-bot, I'm not anti-automation at all. I'm for a fine balance. And the pendulum swung way too far on the one side, and we started automating everything and removing the human. Even when we went to email, we removed the human, we removed the person from the messenger, from the message itself. We removed the messenger from the message itself. And now we're kind of swinging back, putting the messenger back in, because people don't believe what the message says until they understand and they know and they believe who the messenger is. People don't believe the message until they believe the messenger. And that's an important distinction here. And we're going to talk about that as we go throughout the presentation here today. Now, you guys, we're using video right now. There's a lot of different video formats. We're not going to talk about live or synchronous video. We're not going to talk about Zoom formats here today. All great. Use them all. Need them, especially today. We need them all, but that's not my area of expertise. I'm not going to talk about marketing through video. I'm a CMO. I do know a little bit about marketing through video, I hope, but that is not the subject of today's topic either. You don't need a green screen, a drone, a high-end digital SLR, any fancy equipment. The type of videos that we're going to talk about here today are the raw, the organic videos, the videos meant to connect to people. And there's an authenticity, shiny inversion. The more shiny something is, the less authentic it feels. And these polished marketing videos can actually be doing you a disservice depending upon when they are used in the sales process, which is going to be a big part of today's presentation, the sales process. Now, here at BombBomb, we abide to the bow tie funnel, which consists of 6 parts that you see here. We have the acquisition part, the awareness, the education, the selection of the product. Then we have the commitment, and it's a bow tie funnel because the onboarding and the impact leads to just as much, if not more, growth from expansion, cross-sell, and upsell. Expansion, cross-sell, and upsell, and that's that growth loop, right? So we have all of these different places throughout the buying cycle that video can fit in to create a better customer experience, a better experience because there's a human connection no matter where you are. These are the three examples that we're going to cover here today. We're going to cover an awareness and an education example, a selection example when someone is close to choosing your product, but they might be deciding between two, or maybe they are trying to filter through all the red lines. That's an excellent time to use video. And then we'll get into the impact and the growth stage with a video here as well. General rule of thumb. If there's three things that's one of three things that's happening, that's when you want to use video in the life cycle. Is there emotion involved? Good or bad? Is someone having an issue? Is someone upset? Is someone happy? Is someone motivated? If there's emotion involved, excellent time to use video. Is there a complex topic? Is it hard to describe what you want to describe through text? Or are you trying to get them on a synchronous Zoom call, but they don't have the time to hop on yet another Zoom call? Wouldn't it be better to create that message, save it, communicate it in the same way that you could over Zoom or in person, and let them consume that content when they want? That's the benefit of simple video, one-to-one video, using your webcam or your, where's my phone? Here it is, or your iPhone or Android device. And then finally, the last section here is do I need to build trust? So is it complex? Is there emotion involved, or do I need to build trust? Jot those down. Those are your opportunities of using simple one-to-one video throughout the life cycle. We'll go over specific cases right now. If someone knows you, likes you, and trusts you, are you in a better position to close more business? And the answer to that is obviously a big yes. If someone likes you, you're in the position to close more business. Now, let's pretend that you're walking down the street, and in this weird world, you happen to see someone that's on your target list. Maybe you're doing ABM marketing, account-based marketing, and you see someone on your target list, and you just have a magical ability to know that you're on your target list. And they're walking by you. Perhaps they're walking their dog. You're walking your dog. Would you ever take out your iPhone or your iPad and run up to that person and say, watch this marketing video. Our product is amazing. Would you like to check out our product? Would you like a demo of our product? Because this thing is killer. You would never in a million years walk up to that person on the street and say those things. But yet we feel it's okay to say those things in a mass email blast, or email those things, or message those things in a LinkedIn invitation. You send out that LinkedIn invite. I know this was a topic here for you guys last week. And then the pitch right off the bat, like, hey, here we do this, that, and the other, and we can really help you. You wouldn't do that in real life. You shouldn't do it in digital either. And I'm going to go through a better solution here for you than just running up and trying to play someone your marketing video or pitch someone your marketing pitch. Now, what you might do if someone was walking down the street and they were in your they were part of your target audience there, you might walk up and you might say, oh my God, that's an awesome dog. What kind of dog is that? And then you have a conversation, you're talking, whatever it may be. They could be getting out of their car. Maybe they drive a cool car. You ask them about their car. No matter what it is, you can spark up a conversation that's about them, that interests them. People like talking about themselves. And that's the easiest way to get people to open up to you. And there's a digital version of doing that. I'm going to show you that digital version right now. And I'm going to show you how I got an 82% response rate from CEOs, vice presidents, of sales, CMOs, authors, and prolific people really all over the world that did not know me. And I got an 82% response rate from cold outreach with one message, because I'm not pitching them my product. I am pitching them. Pitching them. It's what I'm talking about them, talking about how awesome they are. And I'll give you some examples here. But before we get to those examples, I saw this post on LinkedIn, and people said, what do you hate about people reaching out? Again, I know you guys covered this, so I won't spend too much time here. But it's funny, all the things that people dislike, and those are all the things that we just kind of revert to doing. Like, we forget that we dislike it, and we just end up reaching out with the lamest messages rather than thinking about that person. When I was selling SaaS products for Move Inc. and Realtor.com, that's what I was doing back in 2011. I had that quota each year, went up from 6 million to 8 million throughout my time. And it was hard. That was a hard quota to hit with live events, 4-hour live sales presentations where they were coming for training, and some of them were walking away with a $40,000 product, in their hands. And we had to sell a few of those each one to to hit our numbers. Sometimes they were 15 to 20,000, all the way up to $40,000. But here's the thing. I knew who was going to buy our product before they even showed up to the event, before the day of the event. How did I know who was going to buy our product? Because they were the people that I added into the 4-hour presentation that I was giving from stage. Those are the people that I researched, that I knew what their marketing was, that I pulled snapshots of their marketing and what they were doing, and I added them into my presentation. So when I was standing on stage there, I was teaching them about how to use technology. And then I would bring up Mary from the audience and say, hey, and Mary's doing a fantastic job. Check out some of her marketing content online. Look at what she's doing here on her website. Mary was also the person that would buy the product from me. And we did this every single time we pitched. We identified the people that were capable of spending $40,000 on our product. We added them to the presentation. We showed them that we see them, we hear them, we understand them, which means we probably understand their business. So then when we offer something and we have something of value and say, this might be great for you, then they can believe that we know that we did our homework and they believed us. And that's how we knew who we were going to sell. You guys can do the same thing right now. It's all about making deposits rather than making withdrawals. Relationship building is just like a bank. You probably heard this a million times, but emotion precedes action. Sales is simply a transfer of emotion. And if you are reaching out with a LinkedIn message or you're reaching out with an email, making a pitch, you're going for that withdrawal right off the bat. You're not going for that deposit. Are you demanding attention or are you giving attention? You know, when I was pitching from stage, I was giving attention. I was adding them in. I was making them feel good, making them look good in front of all of their peers. How can you make someone feel and look good with video while you're reaching out to someone? Here's how you're going to do it. You're going to provide one of three things, and jot these down: emotional value, insight value, or tangible value. I read this in Jeb Blunt's book. I love it. I actually had a different version of this, and I like his version better. So I'm going to go with that one. But those are the three things that you can offer: emotional value, insight, and tangible. Insight value is insight into their business, new knowledge or know-how. Tangible value is something tangible. Maybe give them a free trial of your product or a book or something like that. That's the tangible value. We're going to focus on emotional value right now, using the strategy that I told you about, the 82% response strategy. And here it is. I reached out to, and I forget the total number, it was 150 people over the course of the year after I listened to their podcast. I love podcasts. I like to practice gratitude each morning. So last year I switched it up and I said, you know what? I'm going to practice gratitude to the people that I listened to today during a podcast while I was working out and tell them how awesome they are and what I learned from them. And so I started tracking that. And I started reaching out to authors like Christopher Lochhead or the global growth evangelist from Salesforce, like Tiffany Bova down here. And I listened to their podcast and I created a video and said, hey, Tiffany, that was an awesome podcast on such and such. Here are the things that I learned, and here's what I'm going to put into action. That was my video that I was sending out to these people. All of them followed a similar format. And I would send it out. And these are the responses that I was getting from cold outreach. When's the last time you've received responses like this from cold outreach trying to pitch your product? I'm building a relationship. I'm meeting them where they are, not where I want them to be. And there's a big difference. People always want to meet people where they want them to be, not where they are. These people have no idea who I am. I would never go out and just start pitching them right off the bat. I'm going to build some type of trust and or rapport in a true and genuine way. And I did that by reciting their words back to them because they know I'm listening to them. They know that they help me. It makes them feel good. And now, and the next step or the step after, if I want to gradually move the conversation to how I can help them, they know that I understand them. So I might be better apt to help them. And just to give you guys an idea of how this worked, and I'll share some of the video strategies here right now. Like this is an example of a spreadsheet that I used. You could see the links to all the videos that I used, the yeses for the responses, the nos for the people that did not respond. And this is basically how I tracked this all and how I got the 82% response rate from people that I did not know ahead of time. These are the types of videos that I was sending out. And bear with me here for a moment, because if you're thinking, well, gee, Steve, my target list, they don't do podcasts in the same way. The strategy is worthless to me. Bear with me. It's not going to be worthless to you, no matter who your target prospect is. So here's an example of some of the video thumbnails that I'm sending out. If you use something like BombBomb, we do animated previews like this, which is great, allows you to generate some attention. No matter what system you're using, you're gonna have some type of thumbnail or static preview. Some systems do offer animated previews. And these are the types of videos I was sending. I did not get a play on this first video because they didn't know this was a personalized video directly from them. It was the only one I didn't send without a personalized message. Did get plays throughout the rest. This is okay. Great episode, David. This one's a little bit better. Great episode on the Sales Engagement Podcast, getting a little bit specific there. But here's the key. Here's what I want you to write down. If you're trying to gain someone's attention, that you don't have their attention right now, be specific and use their words. This is when I was pretty much guaranteed to get a play. I used their words from their podcast. Again, it doesn't have to be a podcast. We'll get to this in a second. Right back at them. I don't want 15 minutes or iced tea. That was to Gene Hopkins, the CMO of Lola. Co-opetition was to Tiffany Bova, because that was one of the 10 methods of growth. And then Bill Cates, only the differences that matter. Again, their words back at them. When someone sees their words and they see it right off the bat, they know that this message wasn't created for anyone else. This isn't spam. This isn't a bot. This isn't junk. You just broke through that digital noise. And now you have a way to get face-to-face through video. You have an in-person meeting almost. And they played these videos and they responded with the responses that you saw on the previous screen. This is such a powerful way to connect, even if you're not doing podcasts. One thing I want you to take away here, if you are sending someone a video, whether in LinkedIn or an email, here's what you need to ask yourself. Is it personal? And is it instantly recognizable as such? If the answer to number 2 is no, you need to redo that video thumbnail. You need to add that animation. You need to hold up the whiteboard. You need to be specific. You need to use their words. You need to get in front of them, make them curious about what you have to say. And if that answer is yes, you're going to generate more video plays and you'll get face-to-face with more people more often. Now, if you're not a podcast person or your customers aren't on podcasts, no worries. No worries. You can still use this strategy. All you're going to do is make sure you show that person that you see here and understand them in some way, whether they were on a webinar recently, whether they're doing speaking events, whether they are not on webinars or speaking events, but you appreciate the marketing content that they put out. Maybe they have a content strategy and they're providing value on their blog. Maybe they received accolades. Maybe they're in the news. There's so many things that you can reach out to them about that are about them. And it works in the same exact way. It doesn't have to be a podcast. Put that on your whiteboard, hold it up, and tell them something that you learned from their blog that they just put up. People put so much time and effort and companies into the content that they create, make them feel good about doing it. And you're going to get that face-to-face meeting. You'll take the first step into building trust and rapport, and you'll be that much closer to taking the next step into maybe meeting them where they are a little bit further in the process. All right, I better speed this up, or else we're not gonna finish. 5 subconscious questions that people ask themselves. Jot these down too, because if the person says yes to these questions, it's almost impossible for them not to do business with you. Do I like you? Do you listen to me? Do you make me feel important? Do you get me? And can I trust you? Sending a video in the fashion that I just showed you checks off at least 4 out of those 5, maybe 4.5. Do I like you? Of course they do. They like me. You see the responses? Why? Because I was listening to them. Of course I was listening to them. That's number 2 right off the bat. Do you make me feel important? Absolutely. I told them how I was going to use the information that I learned from them. Obviously, I get them as well. And it starts to plant the seeds of trust. So those are 5 subconscious questions that people ask before they're about to do business with you. Now, don't ruin it and send a message like that and then at the end say, if you're looking for a solution that does this, that, and the other, chill, wait a little bit, go a little bit slower. You can get there, but I guarantee you, if I had that same target list of 150 people and someone else went after that target list of 150 people with sales messages, I guarantee you I would burn way less people. And even though it might take slightly longer right off the bat, I'm going to have a better success rate overall. Don't try to hit a home run right off the bat. Let me go over 2 more video examples here, and then we'll get into the framework. The next video example here is from Melissa. This is further on in the funnel. This is the growth part after you already have a customer. She's a pharmaceutical sales rep, and she was reaching out to someone during COVID. And I just love the feel of this. I hope you guys can see and hear this. I'll play this for you. And this is just a way to check in and be human that consequently generates more sales.
Hey, Danita, just a quick hello from me to you. I miss you. I miss the normalcy that we had of being able to connect face to face once in a while. So just taking the opportunity again to send a video to say hi, check in, see how things are going for you and your patients, and just offer our services. If there's anything in additional to what we've been working towards together, to please reach out to me. We continue our efforts in gaining access to other medications. You're always at the top of my mind. So as those opportunities come forth, then I will definitely be in touch. But just wanted to take the time to say hello. If you need any resources, don't hesitate to reach out. Need any more nutrition guidebooks, any of the MS cookbooks, or whatever resources come to.
Leading with value, insight value, tangible value. There's the tangible value that we were talking about before. Such a nice video, just truly checking in and then saying, hey, if you need anything, I am here to help. She got a response to that. Thank you for reaching out creatively. I continue to reference regularly the excellent materials you all put together online, maintaining and building that relationship. I want to challenge you what your assumption is of persuasion. This is a persuasive video. Connecting is persuading. It doesn't have to be the fancy sales technique or the tie down with the special words that you use. This is persuasion at its purest and at its finest. The third video I want to share here. So we shared a video for generating top of the funnel leads, breaking through that noise, the digital pollution. We shared a video all the way at the end of the funnel. Now we're going to share a video smack dab in the middle, in the selection phase, when there's detail or complexity. This is my buddy James. He works at Zoom, and the CIO and the CFO couldn't be in a Zoom meeting. And so he didn't want to leave it up to the rest of the team to pitch the CIO and the CFO. He wanted to pitch the CIO and CFO. So he did a simple screen recording and walked them through the process, the contract, and the money that they're going to save.
Hey, David, James here with Zoom. Thank you so much for your time today. Just wanted to walk through the pricing that we discussed so you can help walk your CFO and CIO through for a quick decision. And to walk for years.
So I just forwarded it there a bit, but you can see he's just walking them through the numbers, walking them through the complexity. And now he has a powerful video that can be easily forwarded along. This is an easy way to use video each and every day. The opportunities for video are really, really extensive. So I want to break down the structure here, and then we're going to start to close this thing out. I went over 3 examples. We talked about the why, the when, the how. Let's go over the structure, and I want to give you really 3 different structures or frameworks that you can work from in any video that you want to send, because someone's attention is a gift. It's a gift of their attention. So we want to make sure that we are treating it appropriately. Outbound, inbound, and confirmation. I'm going to start with inbound here first. Empathy, value, call to action. This is a 3-part framework for any video, and in fact, you can use it for text too. That if you use this framework, you're going to do a better job connecting with that person. If this is an inbound lead, someone filled out a form on your website and they have questions about you, your service, your product, a download, a top of the funnel download, something like that, the cadence of your video should go like this, or the format should go, hey, Larry, thank you so much for filling out the blah, blah, blah form, on my website. A lot of people that fill out that form aren't ready to move forward today, and in general have a lot of questions about the process. I'm wondering if this is you. No matter where you are, 2 months away or 2 years away from making a decision, I have some great content that can help you. Empathy and value, if you picked up on that. Go right into your CTA. Hey, if you want more information, send me an email back and I can get you the guide A, B, and C, or I can do D, E, and F, whatever you want there. You add in your CTA, and that's a quick 3-part framework. Empathy, value, call to action that works so darn well. Right off the bat, you empathize with, they might not be ready to do something today. Everyone's fear is being pushed into doing something you're not ready to do. That's why they don't want to talk to a sales rep. But if you alleviate or remove that fear and you say, you know what, I get it. You might not be ready today. Now they're going to want to talk to you because you are there to help, selling from the heart, right? So that's inbound. Here's an outbound strategy. This is another one. There's 2 things in this deck that I took from Jeb Blunt from his book, Virtual Sales. I had a different outbound strategy framework. Again, as I thought about it, as I learned myself, And I find new and better strategies. I adopt those strategies. And he's got a hook, relate, bridge, CTA. I buy it. It's good. What's your hook right off the bat? That's for an outbound strategy. You hook them sort of like what we talked about. The hook can be something about them, relate to them, bridge. This is a great second outbound email to what we talked about previously. And then finally, confirmation for appointments. All of the inbound and outbound doesn't mean anything if you're not generating appointments. And if you have an issue with appointments being held, people canceling or not showing up, this is a phenomenal method to increase that appointments kept ratio. And all you need to do is connect, remind, and investment. So it'd be something like this. Hey, Daryl, we have our appointment coming up this Thursday. This Thursday and by the way, maybe not a burp. I just had lunch too fast before this. But in general, anything that goes wrong in your videos, just keep it in your video. Maybe not a burp. I don't know if that came across well, but it's your imperfection is your perfection. And when you make a mistake, it's okay. These are raw, organic videos. It's not polished. So I'd say, hey, Daryl, looking forward to our meeting, next Thursday at 9 a.m. I put the information directly below. I just want to tell you that, I hope whatever you found out during that previous call, if Daryl was doing something, if he was doing something over the weekend, if his son had a soccer game or something like that, you want to just put in a little connection item there in the beginning. So like, hey, I hope your son won the soccer game that you were talking about earlier. Just want to remind you again, 9 o'clock this Thursday. And here's the key to the strategy: investment. My team and I have already begun to prepare for that meeting. We have an awesome marketing plan. We have an awesome proposal. We have an awesome, whatever it might be. Tell them that you put in work, time, and effort to that meeting already. That's the key. Because once someone hears that you put time and effort in, it makes it that much more difficult for them to cancel. One of the largest franchises in the world, top 50 franchises in the world, use this exact strategy, and their appointments kept went from 58% to 72% using this video strategy with connect, remind, and investment. And for them, selling a franchise meant a boatload of cash. So every appointment kept was very important. So those are the three frameworks that you guys can use. Let's close this out here. I love this phrase from William Bruce Cameron: not everything that counts can be counted, and not everything that can be counted counts. Because it's your immeasurables or what makes a measurable difference. If you're in sales and you were hired by someone, they hired you because of your immeasurables. If you're working, if you have your own company, your own business, it's your immeasurables, it's your connections, it's your relationships that make the measurable difference. You can't track that on an Excel spreadsheet, but it is one of the most important things, if not the most important thing, for the success of your business and the success of sales. You are your most valuable asset. If you were in front of more people more often, you would do more business. I'll repeat it again. If you were in front of more people more often, you would do more business. So you should be visible to your customers. And that's what human-centered selling and human-centered communication is all about. And so I know I went fast through this presentation. I hope you at least picked up 3 things that you can use to create a more human-centered selling process and connect with people quickly and easily. Here are the ways to connect with me if you're interested, have more questions about the process that we went over here today. I know we're going to do Q&A right now. And if you are interested in something like a BombBomb system, which the training and the education I just gave you here is the type of training and education we provide throughout the life cycle of our product. When you have our product, you are getting the training and education from a company that started video communication back in 2006. One-to-one video communication. We're the first company to do it. We've been doing it longer and better than everyone else. And so if you're interested, you can sign up for a demo. We'll give you some free books when you just do the demo there if you weren't one of the ones that want a free book in the beginning. And I hope you guys enjoyed it.
Oh man, I knew I was going to get a lot out of this, Steve. But I learned something every time I get to hear you teach. It was incredibly practical and powerful. And thanks, my son did really well on Saturday morning. I don't know how you knew.
Well, it was just literally there was bombs being dropped, Steve. No, but no, seriously, if what Steve just shared resonates, I would say this should just get elevated to the top of your to-do list. I was listening to what you were saying, Steve, and I go, man, I missed an opportunity to do that. I should have done that. I need to do this on a more consistent basis. So, I mean, this was golden stuff.
Thank you.
Your gold. Yeah. Put your questions in the chat. And while you do, Steve, you make me a believer every time. This is my order of my personal size whiteboard. So it's on its way. I've been doing BombBomb videos for a while now. I have not committed to the whiteboard. And
by the way, Daryl, I have something you don't, and I have an 8.5 by 11 whiteboard because the last time when I very first met Ethan, there you go. Ethan said, "There, you got to go get a whiteboard." So I just went and got a little like letter size whiteboard.
Yeah.
This is all. I think this was like $4.99 or something. I got the super cheap one. Just like, well, it's not to trick someone. The only use of the whiteboard is to instantly convey that this is a personal message, because we've been faked and duped for so long with mass blast messaging. Even with videos, people don't want to watch a video that was created for 1,000 other people. People will watch a video that was created especially for them. There was something, Daryl, I just wanted to share with Steve, and Steve, if you could elaborate on this. I remember the first time you and I spoke. This goes way back, and you shared with me that spreadsheet with the open rate, and I just about lost it. But what I want to reinforce to people about that is these weren't just average everyday people. Mm-hmm. These were executives throughout the world, right? Top professionals that were opening this. Can you imagine? Let's just think for a moment together as salespeople. Think about all the noise that's sitting in executive decision maker, mid-level decision makers' emails right now. It's by the way, I love digital pollution. Daryl, that ranks up there with phrase grenades. Digital. That's pretty good. Yeah, that's a takeaway. That's a takeaway. But just think about what could you do if you just increased your open rate 10 or 20%. I mean, you had 82%. Yeah. And here, I'll show you. I mean, this is the real doc. I mean, I had a screenshot there.
You ready to share it?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, this is the real doc here. And these are all the people. And you can see SVP of marketing, VP, CEO, author. And some of the people like BDRs, like whoever I learned from, I reached out to. I didn't like try to just reach out to specific people. Whoever I learned something from, that's who I reached out to. And so here's the list. I did it for the year, and it was just awesome. I got better as it went on. Obviously, like anything else, I got a whole bunch more yeses than nos because I kind of tweaked the process. And you know what's funny? The more text that I used, the worse it performed in general. Like if I just put 2 sentences in there that led to the video play, and the video had something really compelling, like their words, like I was saying, that's what really worked. Like I don't remember a lot of these, but I can click on one. And so these are all the actual videos. That's a pretty, so I have her book and the podcast. And so.
Hey, Francesca, I just wanted to reach out and say thank you. I'm a few pages shy of finishing your book. It's absolutely fantastic. I have so many
So yeah, that's the flow.
Hey, Steve, really quick, I'm just barring time. I'm just scrolling through. There's a couple questions.
Yeah,
we can address
practical ones.
Yeah.
Marianne wanted to know, did you send it to their email or their LinkedIn message center?
Both.
Both?
Yeah. On the sheet there, I think I hit it. If you share that again.
Yeah.
If I had an email for them, sometimes I just sent it to email. Like Christopher Lockett, I remember that one specifically because his response was, "Holy yes, Steve!" Like, so that one stands out in my mind. So him, I just emailed it to him and got that response. If I couldn't find the email somewhere, I would just do LinkedIn. Towards the end, I mainly just did LinkedIn because you could see I just switched and I didn't have the email addresses in there.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I've been having great results in sending BombBomb messages across LinkedIn. Even just as when someone connects to me, I do my best to send a BombBomb video back, unless it's spam, and then I don't connect. But there's that's been really, really powerful, and it fits really nicely into the LinkedIn interface and email either way. There's another practical question from our friend Keith as well. How do you ensure that the video message doesn't go to a junk mail file on email? Any tips or tricks there?
Yeah, you use the service. I mean, if you're going to try to attach a video and go the free route, you can do it through YouTube. If you have something to like record a video, upload it to YouTube, copy and paste. I mean, I don't recommend doing that at all because the process takes entirely too long and you're not going to do that consistently. If you use a service like BombBomb or another service out there, most of the services do a good job to make sure it reaches the inbox. We use a tiny, tiny animated GIF. And that's it, because the video links out to a video landing page where you can have a CTA, you can have a little return chat box there, logo, etc. And so it's just like having a signature on an email. And plus, the other great thing with BombBomb is if you're using something like Gmail, and I just saw our new updated Outlook, which looks amazing too. It gives you open rates and it tracks all the emails that you send. So you know if the person's opening your email, you know if they got the email because it's telling you actually in Gmail, which is great.
Just one more. Hey, before Ray's, because I think this one, I've been asked this a bunch of times, is Patrice wanted to know, can your videos have closed caption on it for somebody who can't have sound on or anything like that?
So I'm excited. I'm excited for this one. As of this exact second, no. I watched a demo right before Christmas, and it is almost finished. And I watched a live working demo of closed captioning, but closed captioning doesn't solve all the downfalls of video. There's advantages and disadvantages to text, and there's advantages and disadvantages to video. And sometimes, like video messaging companies, they like to just go through, oh, video is the end all be all. It's going to crush it for you. There's a lot of disadvantages. And of course, as pointed out, one is if the person is hard of hearing or they have a disability or they're in a meeting and they can't see it, like they need to be able to consume that message, right? And that's one of the disadvantages. But closed captioning doesn't fix all of the disadvantages. We're taking an entirely different route to closed captioning. Our videos will have closed captioning, but it's going to do something that's going to be 5 times better, because one of the other disadvantages of video is the content is locked in the video. It's hard for the recipient, if they watched it once and they have specific things they need to do, to get at that information in that video quickly and easily without playing the video again. It takes time for them to do that. There's disadvantages, right? And so we're going to be launching something that's not only going to help with the closed captioning, but it's going to help people get at that information quickly and easily and respond in a better manner. I don't want to give away too many trade secrets, but it'll be coming out in about a month.
Woohoo! So good. Hey, we're bouncing up against the top of the hour. So Ray, let's take that question into the group online. And Ray's question was about what are some other ideas if they didn't have a podcast or book? And I think there's opportunity there also in the guide, right? That's available, and we'll get the guide out as well. Yep. Steve, just once again, from the bottom of our hearts, a huge, huge thank you for sharing all this.
You guys.
Totally awesome.
Oh man, so incredible. And thanks for all you're doing at BombBomb. And once again, thanks for being a friend of the Authentic Selling Challenge. This has been fantastic.
No, thank you guys. You guys are awesome. And thanks for putting this on, including us. We appreciate you and appreciate the way that you sell.
Fantastic. And everybody else, this is actually not the end. But wait, there's more.
There's more.
We've got one more bonus session we're going to put in, and definitely go, by the way, and get your free 14-day trial of BombBomb. You got to do that for so many reasons, but you got to give this a try. And you can get your whiteboard and send me a video as well. I'd love to see it. And but our friend Clancy Clark wrote a book, Selling by Serving, and it is phenomenal. We wanted to get him into the challenge. We were going to try to figure it out during the challenge, but we decided that we were going to have a bonus session, and we're going to run it next Monday, February 1st. We didn't want to drop it at the end of closeout week on the first month of the year. So we are excited to welcome to the Authentic Selling Challenge as a special bonus next Monday, this time, 12 Eastern, same time, same channel. You're going to really, really enjoy getting to know Clancy. He is salt earth and incredibly practical. Those of you who met him in our in the VIP party, you know what I'm talking about, right? So get ready to hang out with Clancy next Monday. Until then, we would love for you to join us to get enrolled for the intensive that begins the first week in February. Intensive.2021, AuthenticSelling.com. We're happy to answer any questions that you have on that. Check out the video for more details, and we hope you'll take the journey. And until next Monday, Larry, let's keep being authentic and let's sell from the heart.
Amen.
See
you guys.
Thank you for joining us today for the 2021 Authentic Selling Challenge. Authenticity requires action. You're challenged to take what you've learned today and put it into action right away. If you've enjoyed the ideas and inspiration you've received today, please take a moment to share this challenge with your friends and clients. Let's all take action. We'll see you again tomorrow.